After covering 15 Olympics, I would say that the Olympics are without question the hardest assignment a sports photographer can get. It's also the best, but it is the hardest.
It's long days, ridiculously long hours, a lot of pressure, but most importantly, a lot of fun and a lot of great pictures.
Photographing the Olympics is a little different from shooting other sporting events, simply because there are so many athletes and so many photographers. It's a huge production.
And we are bringing here all our expertise, the most experienced people, but also the most ambitious people we have in our team.
We have approximately 50 photographers covering the games. We also have a crew of about 20 support people, which includes editors, processors, news assistants that are helping us file our photos to the wire and getting them out to our clients.
The track and field is the most important event during the Olympics. We take every sport very serious and we are covering it with the same ambition and knowledge, but for track and field it is really something special.
Being a photographer in the infield is a very complex thing. You always have 3 cameras on hand on your body, like a long telephoto lens, medium zoomer and a wide angle zoomer, and you operate up to 4 remote cameras and as well, which you put up at the water hint for the steeplechase race, which you put up in the hammer or discus throwing ring. So you operate a lot of things at the time and you have to be very careful to move around because it's flying a lot of things, people running on the track. So you have to stick with the rules, which is very important, otherwise you get thrown out.
Being on the infield is like a bit like being a donkey. You have to carry so much stuff. There's so many events going on, so many quirky angles that we can shoot from. Whether we have a remote low down to the side of the long jump pit or the triple jump pit, we can get the whole stadium in and the athlete bouncing through the frame, or whether it's a super long telephoto to bring us closer to the action or to get the details of the tattoos. We'll carry maybe up to 5, 6 bodies with every lens from a fisheye right the way to a 400 with extenders.
The challenge is with myself, basically. You know, try to do always my best in terms of shooting and in terms of behavior to understand what's going on the track.
We will go over every possible angle for every possible event that will take place, but primarily we will sit down and talk most about the 100 meters.
The pressure is immense because it's the it's the quickest race. It's also the most watched race.
There's not much room for error. There's no time to change to another person if your anticipation is wrong.
And I've just found that if you concentrate hard enough, you'll get the most important moments. I don't really think about what everybody else is doing. I just concentrate on what I'm trying to do and focus on that.
Looking back on the race, I felt that our execution as a team was perfect. We had 15 photographers shooting this race. We had 6 editors editing this race, and we achieved what we wanted. Every angle produced a picture that was transmitted.
Then the row of the runners getting ready for the race, and as they burst off, is always a classic picture. I mean, that makes lovely from down below, it makes lovely from up above.
And the most important picture from each angle was out in a very quick time. The gun went off at 9:52 that night, and the first pictures of the finish of the race were out to our clients at 9:55, 3 minutes after the race started.
The head-on gets the best pictures as they come toward the finish line, but as they go past the finish line, that's when they celebrate, and that should be that's my picture.
There was enough smiles and Bolt waving his finger with the number 1 to produce some really nice pictures of him coming through the turn.
It's a very intense experience because we're working very long days and we're working very hard and we're walking a lot and we're carrying a lot of equipment, but it's truly one of the most rewarding events for a sports photographer to cover. I feel very privileged to be here.